Okay, Moderna is one of the leading global vaccine makers. The company is losing money, or did in its latest quarter, partly because of declining sales of its COVID vaccine. Let's get more from Courtney Breen, Biopharmaceuticals analyst at Bernstein. Courtney, thanks very much indeed for joining us.
Of course, lovely to be with you.
Just remind us, Moderna, of course, we heard so much about them during the pandemic. Is a huge chunk of their business vaccines of various sorts?
Yes, it's a great question. So Moderna is very concentrated in mRNA. That is the platform or the science that they use to fuel their entire pipeline, as well as their marketed assets. Today in market, their portfolio includes COVID vaccines and an RSV vaccine. So that it's really focused on the vaccine and respiratory space. They have a few more vaccines that are coming a little bit further into the future as we think about flu, as we think about CMV or norovirus. These are non-respiratory vaccines. And then longer term, they're using the same mRNA platform to explore other types of disease states, notably oncology, where there is some real potential for the mRNA that we've seen.
And then RSV is for a respiratory illness that affects something like 64 million people. The company is losing money. Why is that?
It's a great question. I think over the last few years, if you look back in 2020, we didn't know much about COVID, and then we got very, very smart on COVID very quickly over the course of the next 18 months. And then the COVID market, the COVID virus has changed a lot, as well as people's practices around getting vaccinated. And so certainly for Moderna, but also for the entire kind of COVID vaccines market, we've seen that drop off in terms of the size and the opportunity much faster than many were originally anticipating. Part of that is due to the virus becoming more benign in some places, and part of that is also due to people's waning interest in terms of getting vaccinated. They're kind of getting tired of having to do this on a regular basis. And so what that's translated to is that revenue line for this company, as well as others that are exposed to COVID vaccines, has been more volatile and dropped more quickly than many had expected. When you have a pharmaceutical company or a biotech company, you make a lot of R&D decisions and R&D investments on the basis of your predicted future revenues and how much R&D you can possibly spend kind of in context to that revenue. Because the revenue has dropped off so quickly, Moderna's now had to start to do a lot more cost cutting, a lot more refining of the planned R&D spend that they already had up and running. And so that's put them in this more tough position than they otherwise would have been.
Is the stock a buy now?
It's a great question. I think vaccines are a very, very tough, confusing, and volatile space at the moment, given politics and policy and what we're seeing play out with the FDA and the ACIP, which is the recommendation group here. We have Moderna at a market perform rating, and this is really kind of in the context that both upside and downside risk is clear for this stock. Rather than there being kind of a clear asymmetry to one way or the other at this point in time.